Have you looked at someone and thought, why are they making this so difficult? Maybe it was a coworker who never listened, a friend who took everything personally, or a family member who seemed impossible to understand. Hi, my name is Giselle. Before I start this, let me give you a short story of myself. Before, I used to think that if me and someone, we don't understand things on the same way, maybe I'm wrong, maybe they are wrong. But after I read this book, Surrounded by Idiots, it was really different. It gave me the different perspectives. I have seen that, and just because you and me see things in a different way, understand in a different way, doesn't mean that you are right, I'm wrong, or I'm wrong, I'm right, you are wrong. That's why I tried to look for this book and try to make summary of this. I hope you're gonna love it. So we all have been there. Sometimes we even joke that we are surrounded by idiots. But what if the problem isn't that people are stupid? What if they are simply see the world differently than we do? That's the question Thomas Erikson explores in his best-selling book, Surrounded by Idiots. And by the end of this conversation, you must stop calling people difficult and start understanding why they behave the way they do. Imagine this. 4 people are asked to organize the same event. The first person immediately starts giving instruction. Let's stop talking and get to work. The second wants everyone to feel included. Before we decide, let's make sure everyone is happy. The side begins creating exciting news idea. What if we made this bigger? What if we try something completely different? The first quietly opens a notebook and says, let's first make a detailed plan so we don't make mistake. Who is right? The answer is, all of them are right. They are simply different. One of the biggest lessons from this book is that people communicate through different personalities. Erikson uses 4 characters to explain these differences. They aren't labels to judge people, they are simply a way to understand them better. The first personality is red. Red personalities loves results. They make decisions quickly. They enjoy taking charges and don't like wasting time. If you have ever had a boss who said, I don't need excuse, I need a solution, you have probably met red. The strengths of red is courage and confidence. The weakness is that they can sound impatient, controlling, or insensitive without realizing it. Now ask yourself, have you ever mistaken confidence for rudeness? Maybe they weren't trying to hurt you. Maybe that's simply how they communicate. The second personality is yellow. Yellow people brings energy into every room. They are creative, optimistic, and love meeting new people. They're often the one telling stories that makes everyone laugh. But they also get distracted easily. They may start 10 projects and finish only 2. We all have met someone who says, I have an amazing idea every single day. Their excitement is contagious, but sometimes they need help staying focused. The third personality is green. Green personalities values peace more than anything. They are patient, kind, loyal, and great listeners. if you are going through difficult time, a green personality is often the one sitting beside you quietly, reminding you that you are not alone. But because they avoid conflict, they sometimes stay silent even when something is hurting them. They would rather keep the peace than start an argument. Finally, there is Blue. Blue personality loves facts. They ask questions. They note details everyone else misses. Before making a decision, they want evidence. Some people think they are overthinking everything, but imagine building a bridge without someone checking every calculation. Sometimes the person everyone calls too careful is the reason everything works. As I read this book, I realize something important. Most of our arguments don't happen because people are bad. They happen because we are speaking different emotional languages. A red think blue is too slow, blue think red is reckless, yellow think green is boring, green think yellow is exhausting, and everyone walks away believe the other person is the problem. But what changes if we stop asking, why are they like this? And instead ask, how do they naturally see the world? One quote that captured the heart of this book is, the best communication problem is we do not listen to understand, we listen to reply. Think about that for a moment. How many conversations have you had where you were already preparing your answer before the other person had even finished speaking? Understand begins when listening becomes more important than winning. This lesson applies everywhere, at work, in friendship, in marriage, between parents and children. Imagine trying to encourage a child who loves creativity by giving only strict rules, or expecting a detail-oriented employee to make instant decisions without enough information. People thrive when we communicate in a way they understand. That doesn't mean changing who you are. It means becoming flexible enough to meet other halfway. Another reason from the book is that self-awareness is just as important as understanding others. It's easy to identify everyone else's personality. It's much harder to recognize our own weakness. Maybe you are quick to judge. Maybe you interrupt people. Maybe you avoid difficult conversation. Maybe you overthink every decision until the opportunity disappears. Growth begins when we stop pointing fingers and start looking in the mirror. By the time I finished this book, I wasn't thinking about the idiots around me anymore. I was thinking about the moment when I had been difficult for someone else without realizing it. That perspective changed everything. The goal isn't to become a red, a yellow, a green, or a blue. The goal is to understand that every personality brings something valuable. Leaders need courage, dreamers need imagination, families need kindness, teams need carefree thinkers. Life works best when different personalities stops competing and start appreciating one another. So the next time someone frustrates you, pause for a second before calling them difficult. Ask yourself, could they simply be seeing things, situation in a different way than I do? That single question might save a friendship, strengthen a relationship, or completely change the way you communicate. Thank you for spending this moment with me. If this conversation made you see people a little different, I'd love to know which personality you relate to the most and which one you find the hardest to understand. Until next time, keep reading, keep growing, and remember, sometimes the greatest lesson a book teaches us isn't how to change the others people, it's how to understand them.